Hi, my name is Gabriela Quintero and I'm going to talk about the Victorian paintings. The Victorian art was mainly focused on England high fashion, elegance and modernity. There were a lot of movements during this era, but I'm going to talk about three important art movements that are Neoclassicism, Romanticism and Impressionism. Neoclassicism was inspired by the ancient Roman Greece. There was a lot of objectivity. The painter didn't show any emotion. There were heroic scenes, Roman history or Greek history mainly, and the lines were well defined. There was a lot of color, but the lines were sharply defined, the outlines were clear, and we can say that the paintings were almost perfect. They show a reality, but not an emotion. On the other hand, we have Romanticism, which is all the contrary, because in Romanticism the author shows their point of view of the nature of an object. So it wasn't objective, it was subjective. It was centered on emotions and drama. There was a beauty in nature. They turned it into something sublime and beautiful. The painter used a painterly style, which is the freedom of color and the visible brush strokes. So the lines were a little bit messy. They were not as well defined as in the Neoclassicism, but there was a lot of accuracy. Not as much as in Neoclassicism, but they tried to show emotions and passion. The last one is Impressionism, which is totally different because it marked a break on the European classic art, because it was completely different and something new, because the painter aimed to capture the first impression an object makes to one's eye, so at a glimpse. So it is the first impression you have at something. It doesn't tend to be perfect, so that the painter didn't focus on the detail. So the outlines were not real clear. We can see the brush strokes, but they use a lot of color. The color and the thing they want to transmit was the first purpose. They turn away from the detail, from the classic. They make something different. Finally, I'm going to show you some examples of those paintings. From the Neoclassicism, we can have those. Napoleon Crossing the Alps by Jacques-Louis David. We can see that this is like an heroic scene. It is really accurate and logical. This one, Venus induced Helen to fall in love with Paris by Angelica Kauffman. Now this one is Oath of the Horatii by Jacques-Louis David. We can see that there is a lot of accuracy, the lines are well defined. And the last one is The Coronation of Napoleon by Jacques-Louis David. Now, some examples of Romanticism may be Field of Waterloo by William Turner, Die Wanderer über dem Nebelmeer by Caspar David Friedrich. We can see that there is a lot of emotion, we can see the movement, something beautiful in the nature. This one is called Liberty Leading the People by Eugene Delacroix. And finally we have Interior by Moonlight by Peter van Leeuwenhoek. And finally, here are some examples of Impressionism. This one is called Water Lily by Claude Monet. We can see the brush strokes, It is not, the lines are not well defined, not too smooth. This one is The Church at Arachne by Pizarro. And this is called The Martha Genevieve by Camille Pizarro. And the last one is called Ballon Moulin de la Galette by Pierre-Auguste Renoir. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video.